Celebrities who lost control of their money, exploitation, mismanagement, lifestyle collapse. When millions weren't enough, they had the fame, they had the influence, and at one point, they had more money than they could imagine. But money doesn't disappear overnight. It leaks, it's misdirected, it's taken, trusted away, or spent chasing an image that never lasts. This isn't a story about greed, it's a story about control. What happens when success arrives faster than financial literacy? When contracts are signed without understanding, when trust is placed in the wrong hands. Some were exploited, some were reckless, some were surrounded by people who benefited from their ignorance, and some didn't realize the damage until the money was already gone. In this documentary, Celebrity Unscreened looks beyond the headlines to examine how wealth, without guidance, can become a trap. Because losing money isn't always about spending too much. Sometimes, it's about never being taught how to protect it. These are the stories of celebrities who had millions and still lost control of their financial lives. First story, MC Hammer. MC Hammer when success moved faster than control. At his peak, he wasn't just successful, he was unstoppable. For MC Hammer, fame didn't arrive quietly, it exploded. From Oakland to everywhere, Mick Hammer rose from humble beginnings to become one of the biggest names on the planet. Chart-topping albums, sold-out tours, global recognition. He wasn't just a rapper, he was a brand. And the money reflected that. At his height, Hammer was earning tens of millions annually with endorsements, merchandise, and worldwide performances. But massive income doesn't guarantee financial control. The lifestyle that never slowed down. Hammer believed success should be shared. So he shared it, freely. A sprawling mansion, luxury cars, private jets, and an entourage that reportedly numbered in the hundreds. Friends, family, staff, security. Everyone ate from the same table. But the table kept getting bigger. When expenses outran income, money was coming in fast, but it was going out faster. Payroll never stopped, maintenance never paused, and the lifestyle didn't adjust when revenue dipped. There was no emergency brake, only momentum. And momentum doesn't warn you before it turns into free fall. The collapse. When the numbers were finally examined, the truth was unavoidable. MC Hammer had lost control of his finances. Debt replaced abundance. Assets became liabilities. In the mid-1990s, he filed for bankruptcy. Not because he never earned money, but because earning money is not the same as managing it. Rebuilding after humiliation. The fall was public. Jokes followed. Mockery lingered. But Hammer didn't disappear. He adapted. He learned. He adjusted. And he rebuilt his life with the knowledge that success without structure is temporary. His story became one of the earliest, loudest warnings about sudden wealth in entertainment. The lesson MC Hammer didn't lose his money to failure. He lost it to unchecked generosity, rapid success, and a lack of financial guardrails. Because when income grows faster than discipline, collapse becomes inevitable. Next, Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage when millions felt limitless. Some people lose money slowly. Others lose it believing it will never end. For Nicolas Cage, wealth didn't disappear quietly. It vanished loudly, one purchase at a time. From critical acclaim to financial invincibility, Nicolas Cage wasn't just famous, he was respected. An Academy Award winner, a leading man in global blockbusters. A career built on risk-taking and range. At his peak, Cage earned tens of millions per film, and with that income came a belief that the money would always be there. Spending without restraint. Cage didn't just spend, he collected. Castles in Europe, private islands, rare artifacts, luxury cars, exotic pets. Each purchase was grander than the last. But wealth is finite, especially when expenses compound. Property taxes mounted, maintenance ballooned, debt quietly accumulated. When reality arrived, as roles slowed and obligations grew, the illusion cracked. Millions owed in taxes, assets liquidated, properties sold under pressure. Cage was forced into a position many couldn't imagine, taking role after role, not for passion, but for survival, working to pay for the past. For years, Cage appeared constantly on screen, not because his career needed revival, but because his finances did. Each film wasn't just a performance, it was a repayment, a reminder that even enormous success can be undone by unchecked impulse. The quiet rebuild. Over time, Cage stabilized. He adjusted his lifestyle, paid down debt, regained control. But the lesson remained visible. Talent creates income, but discipline preserves it. The lesson? Nicolas Cage didn't lose his fortune to exploitation. He lost it to the belief that wealth equals permanence. Because money doesn't care about legacy, it only responds to control. Next, Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton's success without ownership. Some celebrities lose money by spending it. Others lose money before they ever truly touch it. For Toni Braxton, the loss wasn't loud, it was contractual. A voice that defined an era. Toni Braxton didn't just succeed. She dominated. Multi-platinum albums, Grammy Awards, global recognition. Her voice was unmistakable, and her success undeniable. From the outside, it looked like financial security for life. Behind the scenes, it was anything but. The contract that changed everything. Early in her career, Toni signed record deals she didn't fully understand. At the time, she was young, inexperienced, trusting. The contracts favored the system, not the artist. Despite selling millions of records, her earnings were shockingly low. Royalties were minimal, ownership was absent. Expenses were deducted before payouts. Success existed on paper, money did not. When success still leads to debt. As her career grew, so did her obligations. Tour costs, styling, production fees. And while the public saw luxury, the financial reality was unstable. In the late 1990s, Toni Braxton filed for bankruptcy, not because her music failed, but because her contracts did. A second fall, same system. Years later, history repeated itself. Despite continued success, financial strain returned. The structure never changed, only the expectations did. Twice, Toni faced bankruptcy. Twice, she rebuilt. And twice, the industry remained largely unchanged. Surviving what was designed to drain. What makes Toni Braxton's story powerful isn't just the loss, it's the endurance. She continued creating, continued performing, continued speaking openly about what happened. Not in bitterness, but in warning. The lesson? Toni Braxton didn't lose her money through recklessness. She lost it through contracts that rewarded success while denying control. Because in entertainment, earning millions doesn't matter if you don't own what you create. Next, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson when money met chaos. Some people are unprepared for fame. Others are completely overwhelmed by it. For Mike Tyson, wealth arrived before wisdom ever had a chance. The fastest rise in boxing history, Mike Tyson didn't just become famous. He became terrifying. The youngest heavyweight champion the sport had ever seen. An undefeated force, a global phenomenon. Before the age of 25, Tyson had earned hundreds of millions of dollars. But emotionally, financially, and mentally, he was still a kid. Money without guidance, Tyson was surrounded. Managers, handlers, advisors, but very few protectors. He trusted easily, spent freely, and was encouraged, not restrained. Luxury cars, mansions, jewelry, exotic animals. The spending matched the persona, unstoppable and excessive. Exploitation behind the scenes. As Tyson's discipline weakened, others benefited. Money flowed out through bad deals, questionable advisors, and unchecked access. Millions disappeared without resistance. No one taught him how to slow down, only how to sign. The collapse. Legal troubles followed. Career interruptions mounted. Income collapsed. Despite earning over $300 million, Tyson filed for bankruptcy in the early 2000s. The numbers shocked the world. But to Tyson, it felt inevitable. Rebuilding after destruction, Tyson didn't hide from the truth. He admitted his failures, acknowledged the exploitation, accepted responsibility. In later years, he reinvented himself, not as a champion, but as a survivor, one who finally understood what money demands. The lesson? Mike Tyson didn't lose his fortune because he earned too much too fast. He lost it because no one taught him how to protect it, including himself. Because wealth without discipline is just another opponent, and it always wins. Final story, Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter when money was never really his. Some celebrities lose money through excess. Others lose it before they're old enough to understand what money is. For Aaron Carter, fame came early. Control never came at all. Fame before adolescence. Aaron Carter became a star as a child, chart success. Worldwide tours. Constant media attention. Before he reached his teenage years, he had already earned millions. But the money wasn't managed by him. It was managed around him. When family becomes management, as with many child stars, Aaron's finances were overseen by adults, family members, handlers, trusted figures. Trust doesn't equal protection. As years passed, Carter publicly revealed that much of his earnings had disappeared. Accounts drained, taxes unpaid, financial structures left in ruins. By adulthood, the money was gone. Adulthood with childhood debits. Instead of starting life ahead, Aaron entered adulthood already behind. Tax liens, debt, legal struggles. The pressure compounded existing mental health challenges. Money wasn't just missing, it had become another source of pain. Public struggles, private collapse. Aaron's later years played out publicly, social media breakdowns. Conflicts, attempts to reclaim control. But rebuilding is difficult when the foundation was never yours. His story became a tragic example of what happens when children earn adult money without adult safeguards. The lesson: Aaron Carter didn't lose control of his finances through recklessness. He lost it through early fame, misplaced trust, and systems that failed to protect him. Because when money arrives before maturity, someone else always decides its fate. This concludes the final individual story in Celebrities Who Lost Control of Their Money. The cost of uncontrolled wealth. Fame promises freedom. Money promises security. But as you've seen, neither guarantees control. MC Hammer earned faster than he could adjust. Nicolas Cage believed the money would never stop. Toni Braxton succeeded without ownership. Mike Tyson was surrounded, but unprotected. Aaron Carter never truly held what he earned. Different lives, different industries, same ending. The real tragedy isn't losing millions. It's never being taught how to protect what you build, because wealth without guidance becomes a liability. Trust without boundaries becomes exploitation, and success without structure collapses under its own weight. This documentary isn't here to judge. It's here to remind us that financial literacy is as important as talent. That fame accelerates every weakness, and that money, left unmanaged, disappears quietly. If this story changed how you see success, take a moment to reflect before moving on. Ask yourself, if everything came fast, would I know how to keep it? And if you believe these stories deserve to be told, stories that go beyond headlines and mockery, support the work by subscribing to Celebrity Unscreened, not for celebrity worship, but for understanding the cost behind the spotlight. Because the scariest part of losing money is realizing no one taught you how to keep it.